When I was young, growing into my adult years, I think is I don't think I'm unique in any way, except maybe I take more time reflecting on things and trying to learn, maybe more so than a lot. I don't know. I can only answer for myself. But I look back and I've gone through stages of life. Certain things have held kind of true. But in other ways, I've grown, I've gained understanding, I've gained appreciation to a lot of things. But when I was in a certain age, and I think this is where a lot of adults have problems dealing with their kids, dealing with life in general. First of all, I see a lot of adults that in their 30s and 40s, especially up in their late 30s and 40s, they start acting and talking as if they were old, as if in their 40s they're old. I see it all the time. And it's like, gosh, isn't that a shame to already have developed this stage of life that early in life? So in the big picture, you've got on a certain amount. Maybe you see things, there are troubling things in the world, but when in the world I was brought up in, a lot of it's explained away by religion, the God factor. Even but as there were several things going on with me at the same time. I recognize certain things about society. I recognize certain things about government, about religion, but I never. It took a long time to really piece it together and really gain some understanding. It's like the one Bible verse says, "Always learning but never gaining understanding." There's a huge difference, and I credit this as being a downfall of our public educational system. We drill data into people's heads, but we never lead them to an understanding. We lead them to pass tests. We praise them for passing tests, but we never never work with them, mentor them to gain understanding. And then as I grew through life, it's like, well, no wonder we don't, because most adults don't think. Some otherwise, what I've seen is these people in our culture, in a capitalist society, we we think because someone's got money, they're smart. Oh yeah, look, man, Donald Trump. People flock to this man because money factor. He promoted himself as being wealthy. He's got all this stuff. He's got jets. He's got buildings. The Trump name is everywhere, everywhere. And so he has created his cult-like followers who really don't think about what's going on, about what's being said, about what's being done. They hear words, but they don't connect the dots. They don't balance it all out. He's just loud, he's crass, he says it like it is. But I don't want to get this into a political Trump, whatever. But that's just an indicator. That's just a symptom of the problem in our society. But as I've gone through this, and I've got a history of throwing my rants out, and you know, bringing up this subject, that subject, and going on and on about these things. I've got a history of this, right? I mean, I do this, and so I don't really need the ear part on, but I need the microphone here. At the end of the day, it's like, what am I accomplishing? What am I doing? Am I changing anybody with my words? Honestly, the only people that's going to pay attention to me are people that probably already agree with me anyway. Everybody else just turns it off and goes. But you look at our culture, you look at people, you look what we do, look what we focus on. And for the majority, it's just a matter of that reaching a comfort level, fitting in so you can function, and buying into a culturally imposed sense of right or wrong. But I remember thinking way back, and I don't know, sometime in the 70s or whatever, in one of my meditative modes, I always took time throughout my life. You know, it's like, okay, I've learned this, now, so let me just back away. Let me just think about what data I've collected. Let me get some understanding from what I've learned. So I always take those times for it, you know, times of solitude. I'd go camping by myself or take road trips by myself just to give myself time to digest what I've learned, what I've seen, and to allow myself to grow with it and gain some understanding from it, whatever understanding was possible. It didn't make me a very popular person because these things were very important to me, not football, not sports, not concerts, even though I went through a very brief period of my time with spending money. I went to a lot of concerts. I tried as I grew, I tried to hang on to certain things like that. It just never worked for me. But I took time to really meditate on things as I grew. And I remember sometime in the 70s, I thought, you know, if some alien came to our planet, I hope he was still here, man. I'll get that off my head. If some alien spaceship came to our planet and landed somewhere and got off their ship and said, take me to your leader, you know, like the old science fiction movies, take me to your leader. That that was a profound epiphany. That was very strong because I thought, there's no leader. Nowhere on this planet is there a leader to be taken to. Oh, a Christian would say, here's Jesus. And the Muslim would say, here's whatever. But the reality is there's none. If they landed in the United States, they'd take a cheerleader. What are they going to do? They got to take us. You're going to take them to the military. You're going to take them to the cops. You're going to take them to the mayor. You're going to take them to the Congress, the Senate, the president. The reality, there is none. There's no one in charge anywhere. There's some that take temporary authority over others. Temporary authority over others. And in trying to control the human people management, if you will, on a big level, on a national scale, on the international scale, there are different tools used. One is, of course, distraction. We build a system where you keep it distracted. It's like you take a young kid, it's not even in grade school yet or just started grade school. And it's common for the older adults. What do you want to be when you grow up? We start pushing that. Oh, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a fireman. I want to be this. It's like we want them to identify where they want to fit into the system. And because the system is great, the system's not perfect, but it's great. We support the system. Goal system, goal system. We got this patriotism. You don't criticize the system because the system is great. And then we've got this law and order thing, as if that made any difference. And then we praise the police because they're protecting us, and the military, they fight for our freedoms, and nobody takes the time to really evaluate, is any of this stuff really working the way that you've been trained to think it's working? Do police actually prevent crime? Does the military's efforts actually bring freedoms to us? And this is the questions that people never take the time and really think out. But at the end of the day, when you study all this out, you've gone back through history, even back in the Bible, and you examined all this, you get to know the human being for what we are. What's left for us to do? What is left for us to do? I've heard some younger, like I say, millennials, they get these labels, whatever, some younger people will occasionally say, when did we get so bad? How did we end up here? And my response is always, have you ever studied history? How did we end up here? The question is not that we got worse, because we didn't. The problem is we never got any better because we didn't. Oh, we have central air, we have electricity, we have cell phones, we have cars, we have been very effective about manipulating the planet and changing our peripheral. But this, the human being, changed it all. You can pick up the oldest classic novel book you could find and just focus not on the peripheral of the book, but about the human being, their emotions, what they're doing. We haven't changed. We changed the way we dress our bodies, the style of clothes we wear, that changed. The way we cut our hair, that changed. Maybe our diets changed. We process the foods. Our caves are different. We build these structures we call houses. We're not living in tents. We're not living in mud huts. We're not living in igloos. We're the same. We still eat. We still piss. We still shit. We still have sex. There's always been people that were attracted to someone of the opposite sex, and it's not new, there's always been people that were attracted to people of the same sex. It's nothing new. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. It's always been the case. There's always been people that abused other people. There's always been people that killed other people. We're territorial. We draw lines of demarcation in the sand. This is my place, that's your place. Stay over there, you stay over there. You cross my boundary, you piss me off. Our weapons have changed. The tools, the instruments we use to harm each other, we call it defending each other, that's changed. But the act itself has not changed. Once a person is dead, it really don't matter how they ended up that way, does it? Once they're dead, it doesn't matter whether they got killed in a car wreck or shot with a bullet or hit with a hammer. Death is death. If it were done out of a fit of negligence or out of a fit of anger, whatever motivated or happened to get this when it was not, as they say, natural causes, it'll change. Our egos, we cannot stand the thought of this possibly being, this is it. Our egos are so big, and it's nothing new there. We have said in our ignorance, and we've said in our little place on this planet, and we look at it, it's like, for a millennial, it's like, see, the sun is rotating around us because we're the center of everything. How do I know we're the center of everything? Because I'm looking out. I'm here and everything else is around me. Kind of an ignorant way to figure it, but that's the way we did it for millennial. We still do that. How do I know the United States is the best place on the planet to live? Because I live here. I'm comfortable here. And I'm here. Everything else is out there. And what I hear in the news, what's going on over there, over there, over there. Of course, we ignore what's going on in the backyard, don't we? So we get this egotistical thing that we're somehow better, greater, whatever. It's okay. This is where I am. I'm comfortable here. I like it here. Whatever. That's fine. Right? These people claim they want freedom. They don't want freedom. They want their freedom, and they want to tell you that you need to live according to their dictates. That's it. The Christian. We support freedom. They died for your freedoms, but my religious beliefs are going to take your freedom away. You can't have a casino. You can't marry a same-sex partner because it don't fit my view of the world. It's not freedom. It's not freedom at all. And it doesn't change. Warring nations have been around since the beginning of recorded history and before. It doesn't change. The first murder talked about in the Bible took place with a rock, and it was over religion. My sacrifice is better than yours. Oh, I'm envious of your sacrifice. I'm going to kill you, my brother. So it's always been. And the original lie that nobody thinks about, the original lie. We go on and on and on in regards to life goes on. You don't really die. You just shed this body. This is just a vessel. When you die, your soul goes on. You become part of the spirit realm. You never really die. That's what they say. Even though in that creation account, in their holy book, the Bible, the very one that imputed that idea of never dying, and the only one that promoted that idea of you're not going to really die, was the serpent, the adversary. God comes along and says, eat that fruit, you're going to die. Serpent comes along and says, you're not going to die. You don't die. You're not going to die. Promoting that to the day. Because nobody's thinking. Nobody wants to think. Nobody wants to deal with this. They've got these preconceived notions of everything, and they won't upset the apple cart. Never realizing that any great advancements ever made in society were made by people that upset the freaking apple cart. Where would the blacks be today if it wasn't for people like Martin Luther King who upset the apple cart? But you're not going to take that, are you? You're not going to put that on your shoulders. You're not going to get out there. No, I gotta go to work. I gotta support the system. No, you're not going to do that. And now we've evolved in the 21st century to anybody that stands up. We label them, we call them names, and we support this system of law and order, unless we don't like the law. Everybody else can be punished, but not me. Yeah, because we have this ego thing. We have this self-absorbed bullshit. Because we come out of the chute, we're taught in one instance how great we are. We're adults just drool over us like we're some kind of expensive toy. We're shipped off to institutionalized educational programs from kindergarten and preschool all the way through to your 24, 25, 26, maybe 27, maybe 28. The first 1/4 of your life is spent in institutionalized living. You get a vacation. I'm going to the beach. I'm going to go climb a mountain. I'm going to Gatlinburg. The majority go to Disney, the beach, Gatlinburg, you can name it. You can name it. I've done weddings for years, and I can tell you, When I say, "Oh, you're going on a honeymoon? Where are you going?" You can name the spots. Nothing unique, nothing different. Oh, we're going to take a cruise. We're going to Cancun. We're going to the islands. We're going to Gatlinburg. We're going to the beach. There's a list of them. None of them that had any, like, I'm going to go visit my grandparents. I want them to get to know my new wife. I want to sit down and see what I can glean from this older person. That don't happen. I want to sit on the front porch with my grandmother. I want to pick her brain. She's been around for 80 years. Maybe she's learned something. Maybe she's seen something that my young ass hasn't seen. Where's the people that want to do that? I went to school with her, grandma. Hey, Granny, let me give you a hug. See ya. Cats in the cradle and a silver spoon. Little boy blue is man in the moon. When you coming home, Dad? I don't know when. We'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. So I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that couple. I'm looking for those newlyweds. Where you going on your honeymoon? We're gonna go spend some time with Grandma. We're gonna see if we learn anything from her life. We're gonna let her know we're thinking about her. Hey, Grandma, can we come and stay at your house for a few days? We'll cook for you. We'll clean for you. It's like we are doing a honeymoon. Nah, not gonna happen. You know it's not gonna happen. We're just recycling human beings. They don't want to learn from our past. Are you kidding me? Who wants to do that boring crap? Who wants to do that? We gotta build our future. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. Let's send them rugrats off to another institution. Let's get them involved in playing with balls. It's about balls. Yeah. You didn't play with the ball. You didn't kick the ball, throw the ball, run with the ball, tackle somebody with the ball, hit the ball. Whatever you do, don't think. Whatever you do, don't really live life. Just get into the system. That way, when you die in your casket, they can put a picture. They can put your cell phone in your casket with you. Maybe a stuffed animal, and maybe some emblem of your favorite football team. There lies Bob, good man. He worked the same job for 50 years, never missed a day of work. Here lays Bob, damn good husband, good father, a big Alabama football fan. What a legacy he lived. Why are we praising Bob? Because he didn't buck the system. He just fit in. He dared not know. He was Mr. Smooth. He just fit right in. Didn't create any waves. Oh, yes, that system worked good for him. Rest in peace, Bob. Never live in peace, is it? We recycle and recycle. So, in this few hundred years of this piece of land we call the United States of America, which is less than 300 years old, we think we're the greatest thing that ever happened on this planet. We think we're the greatest thing that ever happened. Look at just in Alabama, AL.com, every day we're shooting each other. We're running them over on the freeway. Somebody has a flat tire. Flat, oh, sorry. Roadkill. That's it. Constant. Look at it. We had 9 freaking kids. 9 kids killed on Interstate 65 down toward Greenville, Alabama on a rainy day because people drive in clumps. They want to be part of a group. They can't stand to be alone. They got to be part of a group. Let's ride with them, follow them, get in that clump of people so that one of them bucks up, you're all fucked. Going north on 65 to a wedding on Sunday. 2 cars, wide road, wide ass road, straight, wide, in 3 lanes. 1, 2, 3, right there. Why does somebody get killed in a situation like that? Because they're driving in front. They're on top of each other. One of them swerves or something happens, and they're fucked. And they're dead. Because you were taught to be part of a system. You gotta fit in. Everybody's speeding. Look at all speed. Look at that old cracker. He's driving slow. How slow is he driving? Well, he's doing the speed limit. Oh, wow. Who would have thought? He's driving safely. And he's going to get criticized and put down. I've seen people, it's like, oh man, these people, they say driving slow in the fast lane. It's like, I don't think driving the speed limit is called driving slow. I think it's called driving the speed limit. But that's it. You know, got to get the little kiddies off to institutionalized schooling. We got the soccer game tomorrow night. Yay! Train. You were trained. You're trained them to fit in this thing. No growth happening. No progress happening. No understanding happening. Because it's the same thing today, tomorrow, and all we know. They say the perfect definition for insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. The same group of people that will go promoting and doing the same fucking thing day in and day out, from generation to generation, will clamor over the likes of Donald Trump because they say that he doesn't fit into the system. They just want to go listen to that man rant. They want to go, yay, Trump, yay, Trump. Then I can go to my job and be a slave. Let me send my kids to the institution as they worship a man, idolize a man that taught the system, manipulated the system, very system that you're supporting, training your kids to support. Not training for self-sufficiency. You're not training to be self-reliant. Choose a team. Be on that team or that team. Alabama or Auburn. You got to choose a team. School pride, American pride. It's all about pride. Did you pass a test? You got a test tomorrow. Can you answer those questions on that test? You did? Yay! Now, can you explain what you learned? Well, let's go to a movie. Let's play a game. Let's go to a ball game. And balls, we love them fucking balls, don't we? Yeah, we like balls. Play with balls. Because you gotta be part of a team. Don't be self-reliant. That'd be fucked. You don't want to be self-reliant. You gotta depend on this one, depend on that one, join the team. As you go flock and worship a man that created his own team. But I can rave and I can rant and I can go on and on about this subject till the day I die. And really and truly, I'm wasting my breath. Because people are not going to upset the apple cart. People are not going to step out of their comfort zones. God forbid. People are not going to do those things. No matter how debauched their lives may be, no matter how bullshit they do in their lives, they're still going to flock to church on Sunday morning because it's just what we do. We got to fit in. We're still going to participate in the soccer game. We're going to push our kids, get on them soccer shoes. And why do kids like that shit? Because the parents get excited about it. Do the kids really like that shit? Well, it's more fun to play ball than just to get down in the books and really learn something, isn't it? So yeah, $5 let me carry the ball, let me kick the ball, let me hit the ball. Most of these parents don't spend their time teaching our kids anything except you gotta dress this way, you gotta look this way, you gotta act this way, you gotta be this way. Don't upset the apple cart. Don't be free. That's basically what you're saying. Don't be free. And do my rants mean anything? Then would they know? Because people don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be troubled. Hell, we live in a society where we could actually vote. There's more of us than there are them, elected officials. But really, less than half of people in this country ever vote to begin with. They don't even participate. That's fine. You don't have to. But it says a lot for what's going on, doesn't it? So get up, live your life, go to a bar, go to a soccer game, become an honor roll student, get your quarter of your life spent so you can hunker down and get a job and fit into society. And then in 60, 70 years from now, after you've done that, one quarter of your life spent getting a piece of paper and passing tests, and then finding that career, then you'll be on your deathbed. They're going to get ready to either burn your body to a crisp or roll you into the ground. And your sole comfort with the entire thing is, I fit in. And I am going to go be with my Lord and Savior. There'll be a lot of disappointed people. A lot. Well, they won't be, because they'll be dead. So the bottom line is, I can get on here, I can rant, I can rave, I can go on and on and on into infinity. People don't care. They don't care. The only time they care is if they see you're upsetting the apple cart. The only time they care is if you say something that actually clicks something in the mind, make them think for a split second. I don't want to hear that. Shut up. That's not right. They don't want to hear it. Dare you not question anything to do with the system, whether it be the government. I'm proud to be American. Or their religion. God forbid you take time to dig into your own holy book, your own belief system. What good would that be, huh? Just buy it. Just fit in. Don't upset the apple cart.